Former Heisman Trophy winner, College Football Hall of Famer, 11-year NFL veteran, and current cannabis advocate Ricky Williams joins us here now on SportsCenter. Ricky, you voiced some displeasure on social media in the wake of Richardson's suspension after she tested positive for marijuana. What bothers you about USADA's decision here?
Well, I mean, mainly I've been in her situation, and I know the effect that it can have on someone's life. And I think where we are in 2020, there's no reason, at least in my opinion, there's no good reason that anyone should be suspended for using cannabis.
Well, in the announcement, USADA indicated that Richardson's use of cannabis occurred out of competition and was unrelated to sport performance. If that's the case, Ricky, why do you think sports governing bodies are still trying to police the use of marijuana by athletes?
Well, I think especially what we've seen in the world the past couple of years is things are changing really fast. And I think when you have an institution, bureaucracy, change happens much slower. And I think events like this happen because, we need to address it. It needs to be talked about. And so hopefully, the IOC looks at this situation and asks themselves seriously, does this feel right? And I'm hoping that they do the right thing.
Now, you once stated that your personal goal was to elevate the legitimacy of cannabis as a medicine and the respect of medical professionals for cannabis users. Where do you think society stands in reaching that goal right now?
Well, definitely much further than we were back in 2004 when I retired from the NFL. And I live in California, a legal state, and there's, it seems like every year there's another state coming on legally. So I definitely think we've made a lot of headway, but things change quite slowly. And like I said, these things are unfortunate situations, especially, threatening someone's young career. But I think they're important because they allow us to have these types of conversations. And I think the attitude about cannabis has changed so drastically in the past several years. We need to have these conversations.
Well, let me ask you this in closing here. Richardson, she took onus of her mistake. She said it was her responsibility. She knew she broke the rule, and she's ready to face the consequences. But there still is a chance once her 30-day suspension window runs out that she could run on the relay for the American squad. It's just a matter if the U.S. OC puts her on the team. What would you like to see here in the wake of everything that's developed over the last 24, 48 hours?
Well, I'd like to see, I didn't blame the NFL. I don't blame the IOC because I understand that's the nature of an institution. But to do the right thing means to reflect on, like I said earlier, does this feel right? And then move to make a change. So hopefully we do get to see her run because I think this has turned into an amazing story. And again, I've said this on Twitter, but I think this is how things change. Is, someone gets in trouble, they make quote unquote a mistake. I think it's unfortunate that she says it's a mistake. It's unfortunate that the laws are the way they are, but someone makes a mistake. We have these conversations, and hopefully it leads to more reasonable ways of being.
And she certainly seems to have the support of a lot of athletes around the country in that same regard. Ricky Williams, appreciate the time, man.
Yeah, thanks for having me.